All right, I'm so excited to do this presentation. All right, so we will begin. Most people do not get enough protein in their diet. What's the reason? Most people don't understand why it's so important and the impact on their body. If you don't understand why, well, then most individuals won't strive to get the adequate amount in daily. Let me explain briefly what anabolic versus catabolic is and why it's so critical to keep a constant flow of protein throughout the day. Your body operates in two states, anabolic and catabolic. I prefer, personally, to be in the anabolic, fat burning state as much as possible. In an anabolic state, you will be burning lean muscle and using body fat as a fuel source. In a catabolic state, you're using lean muscle as a fuel source and storing fat. Your body realizes that in an anabolic state, it's being fed the right amounts, the right portions, and the right sources. In a catabolic state, it's not being fed the right amounts or portions or sources to operate efficiently, so it switches into storing fat as a long-term fuel source. So how do you get from catabolic to anabolic? The answer is simple: protein. The more consistently you get protein throughout the day, the more time you can stay anabolic. And the greater time you'll be building muscle and burning fat, keeping you working towards working on a leaner, harder, curvier, healthy body. Let's all be honest, that's what we want. I'm going to give you an example of how it looks in the life of soccer mom Suzie. Soccer mom Suzie gets up at 6 a.m. This demonstration will make it super clear why many Americans are feeling run down, tired, worn out, burnout, and overweight. Soccer mom Suzie, pretty typical. She has 3 kids and is a stay-at-home mom. Well, let's be realistic. That's the hardest job on the planet. She wakes up early and she doesn't prioritize her needs one bit. She's busy shuffling the kids around, attending her family's needs all day. She has a mindset that there's really no time in the day to take care of her own needs. Her family always comes first. Her priority is to get her kids fed, dressed. Maybe she has some diapers still to change. She's constantly on the fly. Soccer mom Suzie skips breakfast. She takes the kids to school. So pretty much so far a common occurrence in most households, and actually what I hear from my clients that I work with one-on-one. After she drops the kids off at 7:30, she goes to Starbucks. Remember, at this time, she hasn't eaten. It's been an hour and a half since she woke up. No protein, no fuel source, nothing, not even water. She's just simply been putting her family's needs number one. What is she doing? She's starving her body. Remember, also, she's been asleep since prior to 6 a.m. Then we'll assume that she ate right before she went to bed and she got 8 hours of sleep. 6 of those hours, she would be in a catabolic state with an additional hour and a half until she hits Starbucks, right? She's still in a catabolic state. What does she order at Starbucks? Well, coffee, of course. But coffee is an appetite suppressant. Most individuals don't just get black coffee at Starbucks either, now do they? Usually their drinks are full of sugar and carbs, and often they, don't really think that it's really all that bad. 10 a.m. rolls around. Let's say at this time, soccer mom Suzie gets a little hungry. She goes to the refrigerator. Now, to get from catabolic to anabolic, that would take consuming a lean, clean protein source, somewhere between 15 and 30 grams of protein, to flip you from the muscle burning state to the fat burning state. Again, catabolic is storing fat. Most likely not really what soccer mom Suzie wants to do. At 10 a.m., she grabs some grapes, maybe even a banana. She thinks she's doing well because, well, that's healthy, right? We have been taught that fruits and vegetables are good for us, and that's fine, I agree. They do have the role in our diets, but still at 10 a.m., she hasn't had any protein. She thinks she's doing great, but the reality is she hasn't left the catabolic state. So her body is storing fat, and her body is using muscle as a fuel source. Okay. It's 12 o'clock now. Soccer mom Suzie is still cruising along in a catabolic state. She's meeting some friends at Olive Garden and she's trying to be healthy, so she orders iced tea with no sugar and grilled salmon with a side of broccoli, but she asks for no butter. Great choice. There's roughly 30 to 40 grams of protein in this option. And of course, the side of broccoli is very healthy with fiber. And by adjusting this protein, she's taking her body out of the catabolic state. Remember, burning lean muscle to burning fat and building muscle. Boom, we're finally in the anabolic state. Now soccer mom Suzie is doing good. But since the first time today that she's been in an anabolic state. Your body will be burning through that protein source. This anabolic state will start coming back down, and let's say it's now 2 p.m., 2 hours post-eating with her friends at Olive Garden. She wants to grab a quick workout. Soccer mom Suzie is burning her lunch fuel super fast. She's only put in one source of protein all day. She's burning this fuel faster now that she's back in a catabolic state. Now it's 3:30 and it's time to pick up the kids. The kids come home, the kids get a snack, maybe apples if they're lucky. But after this workout, she's now in a catabolic state. Remember, burning muscle. Since she just got done working out, her body is mowing through the calories. It will take a good, clean, fast-absorbing protein to get her back over into the anabolic state. But instead, she chooses a half an apple and maybe a small portion of Greek yogurt. We'll say for her sake it's 15 grams of protein. Not a lot of protein, and it's slow digesting. She's hungry though. Her body is in need of food or fuel to repair and recover. This window post-workout is critical to get the right amount, the right quality of protein and glycogen lost during that workout. So by having this small portion of slow digesting protein, she might just barely get into that anabolic state. All right, now it's 6 p.m. and she's back down in the catabolic state, burning up valuable muscle and storing fat. What happens in most households about this time in America? Well, it's dinner time. Soccer mom Suzie wants to obtain a great lean body and thinks that in order to do that, she has to eat healthy. So she has her mind set on eating a healthy salad with 5 ounces of chicken. She's right. That is a perfectly balanced meal. Soccer mom Suzie is going to make it till about 9:30 and be back in the catabolic range again. Remember, anabolic is burning fat and building muscle. Catabolic is muscle burning and fat storing. So now it's 9:30. Soccer mom Suzie is putting the kids to bed and goes to bed herself, let's say around 10 p.m. Now remember, building and repairing is doing a lot of recovery work while you sleep. Therefore, when you go to bed, your body goes into recovery. It's going to burn a lot of calories. Nighttime supplementation is just as important as daytime. If you think about it, when you're asleep, your body is working hard to recover and repair. It's burning a lot of calories. The whole time soccer mom Suzie is asleep, she's in a catabolic state. So the only time soccer mom Suzie was actually in an anabolic state all day was the 3 times pointed out with these arrows. Burning fat and building muscles. These places right here. That's it. And actually at a 30,000 foot view, some might say that she's eating healthy. She's eating fruit, she's eating vegetables, she's eating protein, but she's not getting enough lean protein sources to keep her anabolic throughout the day and to keep her anabolic burning fat. It's important to maintain lean muscle. Why? Because you increase your body's natural metabolic state. The more lean muscle you have, the more resting calories your body will burn, meaning your body will be burning more calories more efficiently because you have more lean muscle mass. If you put your body into a catabolic state, it's using your lean muscle tissue as fuel and storing any calories that enter your body and storing them as fat, for instance, the grapes, the bananas, and the apples. As storing the food as fat so your body can utilize it over a longer period of time as a fuel source. Now I'm going to show you by adjusting soccer mom Suzie, her day just a bit, will keep her anabolic, burning fat as a fuel source and protecting her muscles. So let's take soccer mom Suzie again, and this time she has the same desire, lose body fat and build muscle. She's more educated on catabolic and anabolic. She wakes up at 6:30 a.m., same lifestyle, 3 kids, incredibly busy. Remember, it's key to get 15 to 30 grams of protein to pull your body out of a catabolic state into an anabolic state. While soccer mom Suzie was asleep, she was catabolic, of course. It's been 8 hours since she ate. So soccer mom Suzie knows that she needs to get 15 to 30 grams of protein right as she wakes up to jumpstart her into an anabolic state. So she works super hard over the past year to build muscle and knows that she doesn't want to lose all that hard work and is starting to love her body composition. Because her mornings are always incredibly rushed, she knows there's no time to make eggs or other protein sources, so she opts for a scoop of protein and Fairlife milk to jumpstart her into the anabolic state. So right out of the gate, Suzie's in the anabolic state. She's protecting her muscle and burning fat. That's the key here. She drops her kids off and gets home. Now it's 2 hours since she had her shake. She knows it's time to get another small meal in with protein. She opens the refrigerator looking for something easy to make that's a clean protein source. She decides to make a spinach and egg white scramble, keeping her anabolic, right? Now for lunch, soccer mom Suzie has the exact same meal as we demonstrated before, the grilled salmon with broccoli with her friends at Olive Garden, omitting the butter that they usually put on it. So far today, she's stayed anabolic. Suzie is making sure she is getting a constant amount of protein throughout the day, keeping her in the ideal state that she wants her body to be in. Let's assume Suzie is going to go work out and thinks from all the stuff that she's seeing online that she needs to go on an empty stomach. This is a huge misconception and not ideal. By doing this, she slides into the catabolic state. This is really common. But if I was coaching her and educating her, I would tell her to have a small protein meal prior to her workout. Now, this is now not only creates a gap in her diet, but she's in the muscle burning zone. This is why it's very important to get a constant flow of protein, small meals throughout the day. She goes and works out, does a killer leg and glute workout. But because she's been doing some research, she knows that during her workout, she's broken down her muscles and used up her valuable glycogen stores. So she has a Formula 1 shake with half a scoop of ignition. Not only to replenish the glycogen lost in her workout, it restores the micronutrients and drives the Formula 1, that is a fast-absorbing protein, quickly to the muscles that have just been broken down. This skyrockets her into out of the catabolic state rather quickly. No, eating food at home takes striving, preparation, and digestion. Because typically food sources are going to be slow digestion. And it gets you way past that magic window post-workout. So now we're all in an anabolic state because we're ingesting and absorbing clean, fast-absorbing protein. She will be less sore and recover much faster, ensuring that she doesn't miss out on any workouts the rest of the week. An hour later, soccer mom Suzie is feeling pretty hungry because she just had 25 grams of quick digesting protein and glycogen in her body, is in recovery mode post-workout. A heavy leg day, she's feeling really hungry. So she reaches for the refrigerator and pulls out 4 ounces of chicken and a handful of raspberries to hold her off until dinner with her family. We'll assume that both soccer mom Suzies have the same dinner planned out as the one before. So chicken breast with a green salad with a bunch of different vegetables. Remember, don't use iceberg. There's no nutritional value. She's still anabolic, still burning body fat and protecting her muscle mass, her metabolic engine. As the night progresses and after soccer mom Suzie puts the kids to bed, she grabs a bowl of low-fat cottage cheese with some strawberries just before bed. Note that low-fat cottage cheese is slow digesting protein and will keep her anabolic a few hours into the night. So based on these two scenarios, which one do you think is going to be more successful in maintaining their fat loss goals? I can tell you it's the second scenario because she's made the right choices in proteins. Now for this story, I didn't cover carbohydrates or water, and ideally those are very important as well. You need to get your carbohydrates in every day. In the second scenario, her second meal and the one probably prior to a workout would have been ideal places for carbohydrates. I hope this helps demonstrate the importance of eating protein first thing in your day and getting frequent feedings throughout the day. Know that we are all super busy, got way too much on our plates, and running hard. If there's any time of the day you're super busy, typically, instead of grabbing something with no nutritional value, choose a level 1 protein shake. It's easy to digest, it's low in fat and low in calories and low in carbohydrates. It'll keep you full long enough to get you to your next meal. Be sure to plan your days out way in advance. You should always know what you're going to eat the next day. Know that real food is hands down the best source of protein on the planet. Second would be a level 1 protein shake. The only exception would be the Formula 1 post-workout due to the fast digestion, high quality design of this protein. It's not to be used for a 15-minute walk. It should be used post any resistance training, which means using any weights or machines or bands where you're breaking down muscle tissue. All right, so I really appreciate you hanging in there for this presentation. If you have any questions, definitely post them down below or feel free to let me know. Thank you, guys.